Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm going to turn you around really quick and just show you some things. It's going to be relevant. All tarot books and just like boxes and... Okay, hopefully I did not make you sick. I probably did, but we'll see how this goes. Anyways, so I'm doing this more of just like an accountability thing. Okay, I changed up my entire desk today and it's much like tidier than it was earlier today. And that's because I need some accountability, and I was talking to someone that I respect, and they know that I've started and stopped YouTube channels, you know, in the last few years, like just different things that I wanted to share and talk about and things that I was interested in, that I was really like motivated to start. And so this person, okay, she's a therapist, and she wasn't the first person who suggested this, but I was like, you know, like just like talking about my goals. And one of the goals that I've had is just to like start the journey in a very concerted effort of essentialism or minimalism. I don't necessarily put a label on it, but I need to for right now. So I have like a stated goal and some parameters. So like many people, it's not the only thing I'm working on, but, you know, I know that I've been wanting to do that for years and years. And I followed everyone from the Minimalist to Greg McKeown. And, there's several people I follow on YouTube that, of course, I'm blanking on right now. There's one, I think they're a Swedish couple, and then they travel like all over Europe and they live in different places. And recently I've been watching Connie Reet on YouTube, and she's a relatively new find for me. I just found her in the last couple months, and her videos like are just so good, and she's very calm and soothing, and she talks about her minimalism and how she lives her life and how she's kind of evolved into her current minimalism state of existence, which she started in 2008. So I don't really have any, you know, like crazy expectations, but like I know I've been wanting to do this for such a long time. And I have a few days off in a row from work, and I just have been going through like a lot of old things are like it flaring again emotionally, and like I'm not really able to do anything with them. And you know, I'm doing all the things I need to do, right? Like I'm trying to take care of myself and how I eat. I'm reaching out to people. I'm going to therapy, you know, talking to friends, and not adding to the hurt by being cruel to myself or as much as possible or anything like that. I'm not like going out and like eating terrible foods or, you know, like spending a lot of money, just like wasting my paycheck. So, you know, I've been starting already on some of my other goals. And anyways, so the therapist a couple of weeks ago was like, I told her I just started another YouTube channel, but just for fun, like I have no expectations. And she was like, well, why don't you start talking about your goals? And like, you know, she was like, you know, people are interested. And I was like, yeah, I guess, you know, and I mean, like, even if it's just like 5 people or whatever it is, you know, it's not even my concern. But I think that like putting something out there and stating it, you know, a lot of people say like, don't put your goals, like don't tell people your goals. You'll like incur like negative energy or people who don't want you to succeed. And you know, I'm not like trying to start a $1 billion business and I have this genius idea and I'm putting it out for everyone to hear. I'm just like starting this essentialism, minimalism thing for now. And it's kind of like anything else. It's like, you know, I've been wanting to do it for a while and I keep convincing myself not to, because the entire world tells you that that's not something that's normal or desirable or fun even. And I'm not like, this is all going to happen in stages, and I'm not comparing my results or my journey with anyone else's. This is, you know, these people that I watch and like the van life kind of thing, you know, people who travel the world, which is also another thing I want to do, and travel the country. They just are living in different ways and are really enjoying their lives. And none of these people have had great lives. The money wasn't handed to them. Like, they've been through a lot, or they've been through just as much as anybody else has. And yet they find ways to find joy in their daily lives that they themselves have helped create. They just don't sort of sit in their misery and continue, you know, they do the things they have to do, like go to work, whatever, and then like have to work another 2 years while transitioning to a van, or while, you know, selling off their stuff might take time before they move to another country or before they travel for 2 years. Like, it's all a process. And so I guess recently I've been really excited by that, and I don't want to sell my stuff and go live in a van, like a souped up van, although I'm not totally against it. But in the next 6 to 8 months, it's going to be just in terms of where I'm living and what I'm doing, all the gods willing and the goddesses and everything and everyone in between, all the divinity and light. Please hear me. You know, I would like to have, you know, I would like to embark on my entrepreneurial spirit and do a lot of people do, which is, you know, create their own forums where they do work that they love and they're really good at it. And I haven't traveled. Like, I used to travel so much when I was in my 20s and I had a job, and then like life hit, and now I'm 46 and I've barely traveled. And I thrive so much when I'm traveling in the world, and it helps me understand my existence too, and it's very meaningful for me. And, you know, just growing into myself and being proactive on that path. And, you know what they say, it's like your own work is what is it, luck happens when your hard work meets opportunity. And so I just want to start things like I'm doing with other goals I have. So that's what I'm doing. And it's not really a turn from, well, it's turned from the other videos I've done, I guess, but it's all kind of lifey. And I never thought I would be doing videos on like this kind of an accountability thing, but I think I need to. So the first thing I did today was that, after listening to a few of her videos, and again, I've listened to many people's videos, the minimalist guys, so many people over, I would say, the last 10 years at least. And then I really liked essentialism. And just the idea, I know Marie Kondo was like, I don't know what to do. I have 3 kids now. Like, you know, sparking joy. All that stuff is not as easy when you have 3 kids. I think that's so funny. But just like the idea of, I think there's also someone named Yum. She's, I believe, Japanese American. And she was like living in New York City, and she was in the corporate world and buying stuff and like working a lot of hours and like buying a lot of expensive stuff and not really getting joy from any of them. So she kind of made a 180 and started like over the last, I think 10 or 11 years, has been really like eliminating a lot of the things that don't bring her, like, that don't make her life enjoyable. And that's what Connie Reed said in one of the videos I watched recently. She said something to the effect of like something effective like, you know, keep the things that you enjoy and get rid of everything that doesn't. And so it sounds very simple, but like a lot of things, it's not very easy. And I know that especially when I'm stressed out or I'm in an environment where I'm like, I'm over being here. I'm so grateful for having a job, but it's like time that I move on. You know, the thing you want to do is just like zone out on YouTube for like 8 hours, just eat and like just be in zombie mode and do that, like not like once a week, but several times a week. And you know, it's a whole change of habits and of thinking. And so I just thought it would be fun to talk to you guys about it. And today, finally, after, is it 2 years of wanting to like get on Facebook Marketplace, because I am really anti-Facebook. I got rid of my original profile about 2 months ago, and I was like, I'm never going back on Facebook. And so I've been wanting to use a Facebook Marketplace just to like get rid of really nice things that I have, just a few nice things that I have, and instead of donating, like I'm like, let me try selling them. Like I would like to do that. And so I have things that are in really nice condition, and you know, I'm not a salaried worker, I'm an hourly worker. So just like most people, like any cent can help. And like, instead of like taking my decks and stuff to half price books and getting like $1 for a deck I spent $40 on for one that I've used once, I'm like, let me just try selling on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm making this story very long, but the point of it is I finally created an account on Facebook Marketplace specifically for selling things. And it's probably not gonna happen immediately, though I hope so, who knows. And just to put like the decks out there and see what kind of feedback I get in terms of interest and stuff. So, you know, I did that, and I threw away a lot of like my old notes I have to myself, or like old journaling things that I had, that like, you know, what do people say when like, or what do people do with their old journals? Like when counselors, or whether you have sponsors, or whether it's just a coping mechanism of yours, like with all your writing and your journaling, like, and I'm not talking about like art journaling or junk journaling, but just like, you know, if you're trying to process something, like, do you keep that stuff? Do you throw it away? Do you just keep it for a year? Like, what do you do? Because I tend to like keep a lot of that stuff, but it doesn't really, I don't like looking back on it. I don't know, like a friend had told me like to keep all that stuff, you know, because maybe later on you'll see how far you've come, and like what you think had happened, you can go back and possibly you've written about it and you can see the closer to the reality of what happened. I just kind of don't want to live my life like that anymore. So I don't know, you know, and I've been on this healing journey path for like, I would say since like 2011, pretty concertedly. So I just, you know, a part of me like I'm not denying what's happening, but I want to be like really conscious in the present. And I want to really practice not looking back. I don't want to do that anymore, you know. So, because I'm getting to a point where I don't think I necessarily have to as much anymore. And I'm really focusing on the life that is more aligned with me and that I want to create, as I believe we all should. So anyways, so those are a couple of things, and we'll see how this goes. I don't know how consistently I'm going to upload or how consistently I'm going to talk about these things, or it may not be a fast process and all of a sudden in a month I might get rid of a whole bunch of things. I'm not really sure how this is going to go, but I have some other goals that I might talk about as well. Nothing like hugely serious, like I want to start drawing again, just, you know, things like that. So these are more like lifestyle-y, personal kind of things. Oh, and of course budgeting. Budgeting is another area where I'm really, you know, like, this is definitely related to budgeting as well, or just like personal wealth and my own personal wealth and personal finances, and getting a hold on that as well. So anyways, thanks for listening if you've listened for nearly 17 minutes, and I will talk to you soon. Let me know if you've done any of this, if you are doing any of this, or if you're going to, or if you want to do it together. So, okay, talk to you later. Bye.